Vishnupada Parivamsakacharya Ashtottara Shatan Srimad Abhay Charanaravindra Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. I wish everyone happy Janmashtami. So today we will be talking the verse, Canto 3, Chapter 2 and verse 23. It's a different from the regular topic which we are having in the morning. So every day morning currently we are reciting the Canto 3, Chapter 20, the conversation between Vidura and Maitreya. But today we will take some different words from the Canto 3. So let me open my mobile. He said the book doesn't have this word. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Canto 3, Chapter 2, it's a remembrance of Krishna, and the text 23, 3 to 23. Please repeat with me. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayaya padapi asadvi lebe gatim datrujitam tatunyam Kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam syayapayayadapi asadvi lebe gadim tatruchitam tatunyam kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayaya payad asadvi lebe gadim datruchitam tatunyam kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Prabhuji. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayayadyayad abasadvi lebe gadim datruchitam tatunyam kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Aho bakiyam stanakalakutam jigam sayapayayadapi asadvi lebe gatim datruchitam tatunyam kam va dayalum sharanam vrajema. Mataji. अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटम् जिगांसयापाय यदपि असाध्वी लेभे गतिं दातृचितां ततुन्यम् कां वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. अहो बकीयं स्तनकालकूटम् जिगांसयापाय यदपि असाध्वी लेभे गतिं दातृचितां ततुन्यम् कं वा दयालुं शरणं व्रजेम. So word to word translation. Aho, alas, Baki, the she demon Putana, Yam, whom, Stana, of her breast, Kala, deadly, Kutam, poison, Jigamsaya, out of envy, Apayayat, nourished, Api, although, Asadvi, unfaithful, Lebe, achieved, Gatim, destination, Datri Uchitam, just suitable for the nurse, Tata, beyond whom, Anyam, other, Kam, who else, Va, certainly, Dayalum, merciful, Sharanam, shelter, Vrajema, shall I take. Translation, please repeat with me. Alas, how shall I take shelter? Shall I take shelter of one more merciful than he who granted the position of mother to the she demon Putana, although she was unfaithful and she prepared deadly poison to be sucked from her breast. Purport, I'll read out, please listen. Here is an example of extreme mercy of the Lord, even to his enemy. It is said that noble man accepts the good qualities of a person of doubtful character, just as one accepts nectar from a stalk of poison. In his babyhood, he was administered deadly poison by Putana, a she demon who tried to kill the wonderful baby. And because she was a demon, it was impossible for her to know that Supreme Lord. Even though playing the part of a baby was no one less than the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his value as the Supreme Lord did not diminish upon his becoming a baby. To please his devotee Yashoda, the Lord may assume the form of a baby or a shape other than that of human being, but it does not make slightest difference. He is always the same Supreme. A living creature, however powerful he may become by dint of severe penance, can never become equal to the Supreme Lord. Lord Krishna accepted the motherhood of Putana because she pretended to be an affectionate mother. Allowing Krishna to suck her breast, the Lord accepts the least qualification of the living entity and awards him the highest reward. That is the standard of his character. Therefore, who but the Lord can be the ultimate shelter? Mangalacharan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Datati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Bhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Tarubhyascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Dvaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktarunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So many senior devotees present here. So I seek their blessings and prayers so that I can glorify Srimad Bhagavatam in a right mood and spirit. So the reason for taking this verse is the purport. If you see the last line of the purport, the last Lord accept the least qualification of the living entity and award the highest reward. So that this word is a big statement in the purport. And so we'll continue for next 40 minutes. We'll meditate on this significant, important quality of Krishna, who is merciful, his merciful nature. We go through the multiple pastimes of Krishna by exhibiting this merciful quality, and also we take some learning so that we can practice in our day-to-day sadhana. So, in Bhagavad Gita, in the 10th chapter, there is a verse, Matchita Madgata Prana Bodhayante Parasparam Katayantischa Mam Nityam Tushyanticha Ramanticha. The translation is, the pure devotee always thinking about Krishna. He will be rendering service to Krishna. When two devotees meet each other, they always talk about Krishna's name, fame, qualities, and glorify Krishna. So that's what the two devotees, whenever they meet, they will always glorify Krishna. So this we have seen many examples in Srimad Bhagavatam. One such example is third canto or 2nd chapter, the remembrance of Krishna, where Vidura met Uddhava. Uddhava is a great devotee of the Lord. When he was 5 years old, he started loving, serving and praying Krishna. So even after growing up, his worship, his attitude has not changed towards Krishna. And when Vidura met Uddhava, so Vidura was asking, please tell me about Krishna. And then Vidura was, at once he went into transcendental ecstasy. He was at least dead silent for a while. And then he started meditating upon his lotus feet of Krishna. In a transcendental separation, he started glorifying Krishna. There are many verses we see in that chapter while glorifying Krishna. One such verse is this one, Aho Bakiyam. This was spoken by Uddhava when he was in transcendental separation and in ecstasy. So this is the brief background about this verse. And the next one is, there is another important and significant pastime is connected to this verse, that is related to Sukadeva Goswami. When Sukadeva Goswami was in mother's home, he was there in mother's home for almost 16 years. He was not coming out of his mother's home. The reason, he was worried that if he comes out of his mother's womb, he will be captured by Maya. So he doesn't want to come out of his mother's womb. And the Vyasadeva was requesting him to come out of the mother's womb, but he was denying. Finally, Krishna came and convinced. Then Sukadeva Goswami came out of the mother's womb. Now, as soon as he came out of his mother's womb, he didn't stay with his family Vyasadeva. He started leaving the house and going to forest. Then Vyasadeva was trying to stop him, but he was not stopping. He went into the forest. Then Vyasadeva, he was unable to convince, and so Sukadeva Goswami left the house and he went to forest and started meditating. Then the Vyasadeva used his plan B. He wanted to, because Vyasadeva is a great devotee and he wanted his son to follow in the same footsteps. So his plan B is, he asked his disciples, few disciples, to follow him. And they followed him. The disciples of Vyasadeva followed Sukadeva Goswami. And Sukadeva Goswami went into the forest. He started meditating. Because Sukadeva Goswami is impersonal Brahman. He was meditating on impersonal Brahman at that time. He was not worshipping personal form of Krishna. So he was meditating in the forest. And then these disciples of Vyasadeva, they didn't go as a disciple. They acting like, pretending to be like working in the forest. While working in the forest, they stayed very close to Sukadeva Goswami, where Sukadeva Goswami is meditating. And they started singing verses from Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam. One such verse is, Barhapidam Nataravapu Karnayo Karnikaram Bibradvasa Kanaka Kapisam Vaijayanti Chamalam Ranran Venu Adarsudayo Apuran Gopavrunda Rundaranyam Sapadaramanam Pravishat Gita Kirti. So the verse is, this beautiful verse is glorifying Krishna's form. How beautiful Krishna is. Barhapidam, he is wearing peacock feather on his head, like the same, like the picture where it is present there. The Barhapidam, he is wearing peacock feather on his head. Natavara Vapu, he is a great dancer. And Karnayo Karnikaram, he is wearing Karnika flowers on his ears. This verse is glorifying Krishna's beautiful form. And Bibradvasa Kanaka Kapisham, he is wearing yellowish garment which is as bright as gold. And wearing Vaijayanti Malam as a garland. And Bibradva and Vandran Veru Adara Sudhi. So he is playing flute very nicely. It's like a nectar coming out of the flute. And the Undaranyam Swapadaramanam, right? Because Vrindavan is beautified with his footprints. This way, the disciples of Vyasadeva glorifying Krishna. So at once, Sukadeva Goswami heard this verse and he was very much attracted by this verse. And he started thinking, how beautiful form of Krishna it is. So I should start, instead of meditating on impersonal Brahman, the Brahmajyoti, he was deciding to focus on this beautiful form of Krishna. Then he got a doubt. Will Krishna accept me in his shelter? Because he has decided to surrender to Krishna and glorify Krishna, spread the message of Krishna. That was his intention. But he has got a doubt. Will Krishna accept me as his servant? Then Vyasadeva's disciples understood this intention. Then they recited this verse, Aho Bakiyam, the verse which we are reading. So the significance of this verse is that we can understand. So though the Sukadeva Goswami was a Brahmavadi, but he was able to, by listening these beautiful verses, Barhapedam and this Aho Bakiyam, the today's verse, he has been transformed into the devotee. After that, we know the history, like how Sukadeva Goswami progressed in his devotional path. So that is another just brief background. Now, we may think that, so in Srimad Bhagavatam, we hear Prahlad Maharaj glorifying, and he mentioned the 9 process of devotions, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, and all other. So, we may think that, okay, we do all this Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, then Krishna will be taking us back to Godhead. Then, that's generally we understand. Then, but if you see, where is the mercy coming into the picture in between? I do service, Krishna will take care of me. Then some neophyte stage we may get doubt. I do all the services and Krishna will take care. What is the point of Krishna's mercy here? So that is a fair question. Many people in the neophyte stage, they can have this kind of doubts. Then in the Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one more verse where it is explaining the qualities of materialistic people. Right? Manda sumanda matayo, manda bhagyo upadrita. So what is the quality of the people in material world? It's a lazy, misguided, like unintelligent and disturbed. These are the qualities of material people. This is what mentioned in the Bhagavatam. Right? So this is the quality. So with these qualities, with so many anarthas, what is our capacity to please Krishna? How we can please Krishna? Do we have an ability to go back to Godhead on our own ability, on our own devotion? It is not possible. So that is where Krishna's mercy coming into the picture. So Krishna's mercy is very, very important. And see, that's why if you see that the Krishna's mercy, to understand that the same thing. In the past time, Sukadevi Goswami was transferred. Putana was also killed. She came as a mother, pretending as a mother. She tried to give poison to Krishna and she killed. She was killed by Putana, Krishna. But in both these cases, what we can understand, how merciful Krishna is. The Krishna who killed Putana and delivered to Goloka, and the same Krishna who transformed Sukadeva Goswami. Today we are celebrating same Krishna's birthday. Today we are celebrating. So we should pray for his mercy. The way he showered mercy on all other devotees, great sages, demons, like we should also pray for his causeless mercy. Now, let's discuss briefly about the Putana's pastime. I think most everyone knows the pastimes of Putana, but we will discuss a little bit. If you see the verse in the translation, Prabhupada mentioned it's Datri Uchitam, right? So you translated as nurse, but in the meaning, but in the translation, it was mentioned as a mother, right? In the translation, it was mentioned as a nurse, but in the meaning, but in word-to-word meaning, it was mentioned as a mother, nurse, but in the translation, it was mentioned as mother. So how we can understand this? As per scriptures, every person will be having connection to 7 mothers. So the 7 mothers are, first mother, the mother who gave birth to you in this material world. Second mother, cow. Third mother, earth. And fourth mother, nurse. Fifth one is wife of guru. Sixth mother, wife of king. And seventh mother, wife of brahmana. These are the 7 mothers any living being, person in the material world can be connected. So in this way, so that's why Prabhupada, nurse is one of the position, mother's position. So that's why the Prabhupada translated it as a mother. So it's an important and significant position. That's just not a nurse. Nurse in the sense, she's as good as equal to mother. Now, when we see and try to understand this pastime, what happened in the Kamsa ordered Putana to kill Krishna. So before killing Krishna, she was killing all the small kids in the Vrindavan. The way she is killing the small babies, eating their flesh and drinking their milk. How ghastly demon she is, right? So now the same demon coming to kill Krishna. Now Krishna, because she is a demon, but if she directly goes into the Nanda Maharaj house, they will identify. So she made herself into a beautiful woman, and she went to Nanda Maharaj house. And when she went to Nanda Maharaj house, since she is as beautiful as like the God is coming from heavenly planets, so Mother Yashoda and Rohini Mata, they thought, okay, some demigod is coming to bless Krishna. So they allowed her without any objection. Now, she went into the room where Krishna is there. So, Putana, she took Krishna into her lap and then she's feeding her milk. So then Krishna understand that she's a demon. Then she sucked her breast and started taking out poison. And the next step, he started drinking milk. And in the third stage, he started sucking her a life force. When Krishna is doing and started squeezing her breast. Then when Krishna is doing all these things, Putana, she started getting pain. And she is unable to bear the pain, so that she went out of the house and she went into the fields nearby. And she fell on the ground. Finally, when Krishna took her life force, she was dead. And during this process, she changed her body, because she came as a beautiful woman first, and then later, because she is unable to tolerate this pain, she got into her original demonic form. The form, I think in the Bhagavatam it was described, its body is like the 12 miles. It's such a big demon. Right? So we cannot imagine in our case, 12 miles is almost from here to Parramatta or somewhere, that much distance we can imagine. So we can't conceive those things with our material senses, but that is the real status of Putana. So Putana is dead, and then all the people from the mother Yashoda and everybody came and to see Krishna. And so that's the pastime. We will not go in detail. But here one important learning for us. What did Krishna do? See, Krishna knows that she is a demon. She killed many small kids in a very wild way. But what she did understand, when she started sucking her breast and taking out poison, milk, everything, when he is doing all those things, during that time, all the sins committed by Putana were vanished. And at the step, before taking her life force, what was remaining? The position which she came as a mother. She was pretending as a mother. Only that position was remaining with Putana. And Krishna gave her motherhood position in the Goloka. So what is another key message is, Krishna sees whatever sinful activities we do, Krishna will try to wipe out, and he will see only our positive things, the good qualities, good work, the things he only consider. So he will try to, so he cleared all her sins, and he only, because the only motherhood position was there, and that's why he delivered into Goloka as a nurse, the mother. So this is the quality we should learn from. So in our case also, when we may see devotees, we should try to focus on their good things, good qualities, good service, rather than focusing on negative things. So there is one more pastime. It's a real thing happened in Srinathji's temple in Nathdwara. So it's one devotee. It's not a devotee. One person went to take the darshan of the Srinathji in the Nathdwara temple, and his intention was to, he saw all the ornaments. I think Srinathji, I didn't go to the dam, but I heard in the lectures, but the Srinathji wears so many beautiful and costly ornaments, jewelers, everything. So he saw that from the top to toe, everything was decorated with nice ornaments. And this person saw all the ornaments. So then he has decided to steal those ornaments, all the jewelries. Then he thought, okay, in the daytime he can't do that, everybody is taking darshan. So he has decided to do these things in the night time when no one is there. Somehow he managed to get into the temple room. And he went, then nobody is there. So he started from first toe. He touched the feet, and then he started taking all the ornaments there in the feet. Then he started going upwards. So he was taking all the ornaments there with the Srinathji. And then finally he reached Mukut. It's very tall, he is unable to reach. Then what he did? He climbed on the Srinathji's shoulders. This is the real thing, that's what which was mentioned in the lecture. So he climbed on Srinathji's shoulders, and then Srinathji, then he's trying to pull the mukut from the Srinathji. Then a big loud noise and laugh came in the room. Then that thief asked, who is that laughing? Then Srinathji told me, this is me, the Srinathji laughing. Then why are you laughing? He said, so far devotees are offering only milk, fruit and other bhoga items. First time I am seeing a person who is offering himself, complete body to me. That's what the Srinathji was. So what we can understand here, the thief is coming to the intention to steal all the ornaments from Srinathji. But when he touched the feet, he started touching the Krishna's lotus feet and every body, and he is doing. So Krishna, what he understood, considered, he is doing a service attitude. He saw the service attitude of that person. When the Srinathji told that, this is that first time I am seeing the person who is completely surrendered with his body to me, then the person's mind has changed. He has been transformed. He stopped the idea of stealing the jewelry, all the ornaments and jewelries. Then he came out of that DT room without having any ornaments. And finally he went out. Next day morning, he came to the Pujari. He told all the total background, past time it happened. So then after that he started living in the temple. And finally he left his body there. See, this is what these merciful, beautiful, extraordinary qualities of Krishna gives us the inspiration, the motivation to surrender to Krishna and focusing on Krishna's mercy. So So these are the positive things we have to see Krishna. So but in our material condition, what are we doing? So it's like an analogy you can take. So on a Purnima day, the full moon day, the moon will be very bright. And we'll try to watch moon. But the conditioned people, what they try to see? The scars available on bright moon. So that is our nature. Instead of focusing on the positive qualities of devotees, we try to see the scars, like how we try to see scars on a moon, the same way we try to see. So this is what our condition, and we should look for the positive qualities of every one devotee. And there is one more interesting commentary from Sri Vishnu Sahasranama. Vishnu Sahasranama, there is this text which starts with Nimisha Animisha Sragvi Vachaspadi Udaradi. This is the Vishnu Sahasranama is 1,000 names of Vishnu, the glorification of Vishnu. Most of the South Indian people, they recite. I used to recite in my childhood every day the Vishnu Sahasranama. So I remember this. So Nimisha Animisha. So Baldev Vidya Bhushana's Kanai had a nice commentary on this. Nimisha means the closing the eyes, the time it takes to close the eyes. Nimisha. Animisha means if you don't close the eyelids. So that is so the same thing Krishna is glorified as Nimisha, Animisha. How? When you close, Nimisha means closing the eyes. So what it means? Krishna doesn't want to see your bad. If at all you are doing any bad activities, bad sins, he will try to close his eyes. Animisha means he doesn't want to close his eyes when you are doing any nice devotional activity. That is how Krishna is eagerly waiting. Nimisha, Animisha. That is the merciful nature of Vishnu, the Krishna, where he is trying to watch every devotee. Whatever, if he is doing for a good activities, good services, nice activities, he doesn't want to close his eyes. If at all you are by chance, if you are doing any bad things, he'll try to close the eyes so that he will not see that. So that he can remember only your good qualities, not the bad qualities. That is what the position, that is how Krishna is trying to eagerly taking us back to Godhead. It's only we have to use and respond and proceed. Now, one more important aspect. Our Acharya says that when Krishna killed all these demons, every demon represents different anarthas in our heart. Like similarly, Putana having the two important anarthas it represents. One is avidya, second one is hypocrisy. How we can understand avidya? Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna came right in front of her. Not only right in front of, she took her in her lap. She took Krishna in her lap. But she couldn't recognize that he is a Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is avidya, ignorant. And the hypocrisy, she came as a mother. She pretended like a mother. But actually her intention is to kill Krishna, but she was acting like a mother. So that is hypocrisy. These two anarthas it represents. So these are all the anarthas. We also have all these anarthas. Ignorant. So I think in last Tuesday we were discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 3, the 20th chapter, the 18th verse in 20th chapter. It was in the Prabhupada part. Prabhupada was mentioning the complete material world it's 99% of the people are ignorant. So that shows how badly we are in ignorant people. So when we are ignorant, so only option how we can come out of this ignorance is with the help of spiritual master. Who is spiritual master? He is a representative of Krishna. So Krishna can give mercy in different ways. But one important channel through which we get mercy is through spiritual master. Now, there are many examples we understand the importance of spiritual master, but one example, one analogy which we can understand the importance of spiritual master in our life. So, one person is walking in one place A to place B, and during that travel, he has to pass through a tunnel. The tunnel is completely dark. It doesn't have any facilities. It's quite a bit long walk. You have to pass through the tunnel. And you don't get any water, food, anything, nothing you want. It's completely dark, no lights. So he started walking. He reached the tunnel. In the entrance of the tunnel, you see, like the light outside, it's the entrance, so you will get a nice bright, it will be bright. But as he started walking through the tunnel, he reached the middle of the tunnel, and still he has to, more than half distance he has to walk. So that stage, when he reached middle of the tunnel was completely dark. He is not able to see anything. So then though he decided to walk, but once you still reach the actual position, when you see the dark, nothing is there to sit or eat or drink, then your mind will sometimes, it will start disturbing you. Why did I come here? I should have avoided this route, right? That is a drug. And if you keep on getting that thought, it will demotivate you to go back to your original, the entrance side. But if you decide that, strongly determined that, okay, I know there is a brighter side of the other side of the tunnel. If I go through that path, definitely I will reach. If that, the determination has to be given. How? The same analogy. In our devotional way, when we start as a neophyte at the sadhaka state, we try to do so. When we start doing our 4 regulative principles, and when do all the like avoiding all the material sense enjoyment, and wearing dhoti, tilak, and going on the road, we may feel similar kind of thing. All our material friends are enjoying so like nicely. Am you doing this way? So like this is what the kind of the initial stage, definitely most of us have this similar situation, right? They will think that, oh, why did I wear tilak? Everybody, why I am stopped avoiding to movies. I stopped eating all other items which are prohibited items. So you will be thinking, and other people are enjoying. So you will be thinking that, okay, why did I come into this path? But that is the place you have to take the shelter of Guru. He will give you the inspirations. He will give the determination to progress in the path of devotion. So when you take the instructions of your Guru seriously, spiritual master, and continue, you will see the other side of the tunnel, which is bright, and you will have a happy life. So that is the analogy we can see to understand the importance of Guru. And if you see the Prabhupada pastimes, Srila Prabhupada pastimes, to understand his merits, because the Krishna's mercy is coming through his disciples and spiritual master. So in our parampara, Srila Prabhupada is at least for our connection point of view, he is the topmost, right? Because of his mercy only, we are able to sitting and glorifying, listening Bhagavatam here. When he visited first time America, New York, what happened? There was not many people there who are coming to and listening. At least just 3 or 4 people. He used to call them into his apartment, and he used to make nice prasadam and feed them. By eating the prasadam, they used to feel very happy with the prasadam. Then that happy moments of those people, they are not devotees. They are all they are breaking all the regulative principles, but they are eating prasadam. When they are happily accepting the prasadam, Srila Prabhupada used to feel, see, people are liking prasadam. And the next time, he used to call, like the next time when he invite people, there are 6 to 7 people, they used to come. And the Srila Prabhupada used to give kirtan. And those people are started liking kirtan. And the Srila Prabhupada used to say, oh, these people are liking. These small moments, Srila Prabhupada used to get inspiration. And that's where he continued. Finally, he established ISKCON, and we know what happened after that. So we are sitting here and reading Bhagavatam because of his mercy. See what Srila Prabhupada did? Same thing, what Krishna did. Seeing the positive qualities. All the melshas, all the those who are breaking all the regulative principles, those people, when eating prasadam and they are enjoying, Srila Prabhupada noticed that positive thing. Yes, they are liking prasadam. When they are enjoying kirtan, Srila Prabhupada thought, okay, they are very much enjoying kirtan. Those small positive things motivating Prabhupada to continue his devotion. So finally, he was able to fulfill his spiritual master desire. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, which is coming from Krishna through Srila Prabhupada to all of us. Now, there is one more pastime from Srila Prabhupada. I was hearing His Holiness Giriraj Swami Maharaj narrated this story. It was in Mumbai. Srila Prabhupada every day used to go for morning walk on Juhu beach. So, there was a person called Dr. Patel. Everybody must have had his pastimes in many cases. So, Dr. Patel used to accompany his everyday morning walk. So when they used to talk, they don't have, it's like the relation between the Patel and the Prabhupada was like it's a friendly relation. So always Prabhupada used to criticize Patel because Patel used to admire some of the saints, great saints at that time in India, and Prabhupada used to condemn them because they are not following the standards properly. So always in the morning walk, Prabhupada used to criticize those signs, and Patel used to always argue with Prabhupada. So one morning, they were both having the morning walk, and same thing happened. So they started arguing, and Prabhupada criticized some of the so-called saints at the time that they are not having proper standards. So then Patel also started arguing with Prabhupada. The argument continued for some time. Then Srila Prabhupada raised his voice. Patel also raised his voice. Then Srila Prabhupada started shouting. Then Patel also started shouting on each other. So it became a big thing happened. Then everybody was arguing. They were severely, they were in full of argument and shouting. Then Patel friends, there are a couple of friends, Patel, who are also there, accompanying Patel, Dr. Patel. So then these people pulled Patel that Swamiji is very old, he's having heart patients, don't argue like that, and they took him back. And Srila Prabhupada went back to his place. So there, the Srila Prabhupada disciple, His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was there. And Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj was asking Srila Prabhupada, what is the position of Dr. Patel in our movement? Then Prabhupada didn't answer. Prabhupada didn't answer anything directly. He told one other story, small story. What the story tells, in a city, there is a nice, one person is there. He speaks many languages, name it. Hindi, Telugu, English, French, German, whatever language you ask, he speaks in that language. He will speak such that you will not differentiate. We thought it is his own mother tongue only. So he speaks every time. Like then in one town in that city, one person in this town thought, okay, let me find out what is his original mother tongue language. Then he made a plan. One day the person who can speak multiple languages walking on the road, and then this person who wanted to find out the person's language also followed him. And when he was walking, went to backside, he gave a big smack on his back. Then he started shouting in his mother tongue. So that was the plan. So same thing Prabhupada told. See, Patel also speaks different languages. Today I heard him, then he opened his original language. So he is a Mayavadi. Then, so the Srila Prabhupada, so the Patel is that's what the Prabhupada narrated the story to Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Then His Holiness Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj told, then why don't we reject him? Then Prabhupada told, we'll give him one more chance. So then the relation, as time progressed, they both had a good relation, both Patel and Srila Prabhupada. And when Srila Prabhupada left this world, Dr. Patel wrote a nice article in Back to Godhead magazine. The title of the article written by Dr. Patel is Precious Moments of My Life. The tagline, or you can say subtitle is, the Bombay doctor is called a fool and loves it. So that's what the Patel article. So we can see the reason is why we are discussing the Prabhupada gave one more chance. That is the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. That is the mercy of our spiritual master. If he ignored and rejected it, we would have not seen other side of the Dr. Patel's mindset, right? So that is the mercy we have Srila Prabhupada and all our spiritual masters are providing. So if you see our pastimes, I think we have 5 more minutes. We'll try to wind up. So if we see all these pastimes, we see seeing the positive things as well as spiritual master importance in receiving this mercy. So the next thing, one more thing we can understand. See, these are all things like killing the Kamsa, killing Putana and Shishupal. All these things were happening when it was in Dwapar Yuga, right? So now that was the Krishna was killing, but he's delivering all those demons. So finally they are getting liberated. But when it comes to Kali Yuga, we heard in the beginning of the Manda Sumanda Matayo, everybody is the lazy, disturbed, right? We don't have, even we are not almost not in the same range as demons in that Dwapara Yuga. That's where, if you see the pastime of Jagai Madai, pastimes in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what happened? Jagai Madai attacked Nityanand Prabhu, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and tried to kill them. But Nityananda Prabhu told, no, in the Kali Yuga, everyone is a similar nature. Are we going to kill everyone in this material plan? No. What is that? Prema Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti, he was giving. So though previous in that Dwapara Yuga and Treta Yuga, we were killing and liberated. When it came to Kali Yuga, we are not qualified to kill. But so when we were in the body, current body only, the spiritual Krishna, the spiritual master and all, they are giving their mercy. Without killing us, that is what the mercy, severity of the potency of the mercy we can understand, how merciful they are. Instead of killing like the demon, we are getting the mercy while we are in the body. So that is how the mercy of the Krishna and the Prabhupada and the Guru Parampara we can understand. And also we have one more pastime. This is also a real incident happened in Calcutta temple, ISKCON temple. So one day the temple president received a call from some lady in the Calcutta town, and she called the temple president that there is one lady in our house. She is at her final stages of the life. Can you get someone and send me the Radha Krishna photo? So then the temple president went into the shop, and he could not find any photos Radha Krishna. There are other photos, Radha Govind and other photos there, Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, Maharani, but there are no photos specific to Radha Krishna. Then the temple president went into his room and he saw there is a Radha Gopinath photo behind. So then he took that photo from his room and went to Brahmachari and he told, okay, this is the lady, there is a lady there, so you take this photo and give to the family. Then the Brahmachari went and they handed over this Radha Krishna photo to them. That incident happened. After few weeks, the lady who called temple president of Calcutta came to the temple, and she told that I am the one person who called you to for the requesting the Radha Krishna photo. Then she also stating further few more things, like the lady left her body now. But one more thing she told, that lady, she used to live in Vrindavan. And she was a rich lady person. She met Srila Prabhupada. And that lady, she used to ask Srila Prabhupada, in what way I can serve you? Then, because they are very rich people, and Srila Prabhupada requested to donate the deities in the current Vrindavan temple. She was one of the donors. So, she donated all the Radha Raman deities, whatever deities there in Vrindavan, she was the sponsor donor. So that's why the lady called temple president to give the Radha Gopinath, Sri Radha Krishna photo. But in the temple, if you see the incident happened in the temple room, there were no deities of Radha Gopinath. Finally, he took the photo from his office and gave it to the Mataji. So what the Mataji, the person who was leaving her body at the final moments, she was seeing the Radha Krishna photo, which was Vrindavan, coming from Vrindavan. The same photo which was there in Vrindavan, that photo was there in her eyes before her body when she was leaving the body. So that is what we can understand. There's so many pastimes, so many merciful things, which tells that, okay, Krishna's mercy, we can understand how merciful Krishna is. And the last one, I think it's almost there, but we'll take few more minutes and we'll wind up. The pastime from Chaitanya Charitamrita. I think we all know the Pundarik Vidyanidhi pastimes. So Pundarik Vidyanidhi, one day Chaitanya Mahaprabhu finished his dancing in the Kirtan, and he was sitting in the Shiva's Prabhu's house, and he started calling, Pundarik, my father, Pundarik, my father. He was started remembering. And then the devotees came and asked, who is Pundarik? Who is Pundarik? Are you talking about Krishna? Then the devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, no, there is a great devotee called Pundarik Vidyanidhi. At that time, he was not there in Navadvip. He was there in some place, currently it is in Bangladesh, it's Chittagong. So he was staying at Chittagong at that time. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told all his devotees that you, with your sincere devotion, pray such that he will get inspiration to come to Navadvip. Then, so all the devotees were started praying for his Pundarik Vidyanidhi to come. So after some time, their prayers were fulfilled and Pundarik Vidyanidhi came to Navadvip. Nobody knows that he was staying in Navadvip. Only one associate of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mukunda Dutt. And so Mukunda Dutt was aware of that Pundarik Vidyanidhi is in Navadvip. Then he took Gadadhar Pandit. And he asked told Gada, today I will take you to one nice devotee. You will definitely will enjoy, will feel happy and you will be fortunate. Then Pundarik Gadadhar Mukunda Dutt took Gadadhar Pandit to the Pundarik Vidyanidhi house. The Pundarik Vidyanidhi is like first time when he saw Gadadhar Pandit, he thought, okay, he's a great devotee. He was doubtful about the Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a devotee. The reason is, Pundarik Vidyanidhi is a very rich person. He was sitting on a throne, which is a red color throne, decorated with so many jewels, everything, and nice canopy, and the servants are fanning both the sides, and everything. It's like so much